What a pump on Bitcoin. Is it going to the moon? Do you think Bitcoin is now going to new all-time highs even before the halving is happening? And have you missed out on Bitcoin's pump so far? If you have, what do you think is the next coin or crypto that's going to make a major pump? Here, let me show you. Okay, the reason, as I've explained many times before in my videos, that Bitcoin wasn't pumping before, right after the very bullish news of Bitcoin ETFs being approved, was because the old GBTC or Grayscale Bitcoin Trust was selling a lot. And we were looking for when that selling would taper off. Now, that's what I said in my previous videos, and now look at this, right? These dark blue bars down here are GBTC selling. And see, around the 25th, right? Around the 25th of January, right? Which is almost a month ago, it started tapering off. And now we can see a consistently flat trend. So there's very little selling now every day. And yet there's a lot of buying from these Wall Street ETFs. See, when we subtract the amount of inflows buying from these Wall Street ETFs, such as the BlackRock Bitcoin ETF, and we subtract the GBTC selling from the buying, we see that these are the days, right? Like 5 to 10 days after the launch of the Bitcoin ETFs are when it went negative and deep negative, deep red, right? But now it's actually going green, right? And it's heavily green. So that means even counting in the selling, right, there's a lot of buying from these Wall Street ETFs. In fact, for GBTC Grayscale, almost 1/4 of all their Bitcoins have been sold, right? So people think that, they can't possibly sell all of their Bitcoins. The sellers, right, are going to exhaust themselves somehow. So the market is thinking maybe the amount of Bitcoin selling from GBTC isn't to be feared anymore. Most of it has been sold, and yet there's still something like almost $500 million, $400 to $500 million coming in every day to buy Bitcoin. So the buying pressure now is a lot larger than the selling pressure. And even though there could be a large pullback, right, it still looks like Bitcoin could get even higher. This is all very good news for Bitcoin. And that is why more than 2 months ago, right, actually in November last year, I said a bull market, right, it's pinned to the top of my Twitter, a bull market in altcoins has now started, right? And even back then in November, I said that if you missed out on the Bitcoin jump when the ETF news were coming out and you wish you had a time machine to go back, now is the chance to play the Ethereum ETF because that's the next one to come. Ethereum's had a 50% pump to $3,000 now. So follow Pablo for more updates.